and gentlemen,
Get the folks in from outside.
let's, Joel, can you give a shout to the folks outside? All right, I wanted to say welcome. Thank you very much for coming out to the Lebanon County Democratic Committee office tonight. We are gathering here today because we wanted to announce the official, we have been working here for the last 2 months, but the official partnership with the Lebanon County Democratic Committee. My name is John Lott. I'm the Regional Organizing Director for Lebanon and rural Lancaster counties for the Pennsylvania Democratic Coordinated Campaign. We're here with very heavy financial support from the DNC and from the Hillary Clinton campaign, and our primary focus in this election is to help elect Democrats up and down the ballot. Hillary Clinton. So we have a lot of those candidates here tonight, and we're going to hear from some of them. But I just wanted to say thank you for welcoming us into the community. We're very excited to be here. And without further ado, let's start. Sharon.
Now, we're really happy to have them working out of this office because it gives us an opportunity to work together. And we need to work together because the stakes in this election could not be higher. Wait, at the top of the ticket, we're lucky to have Hillary Rodham Clinton, right? Yeah. And it's a start in the sense of the first woman being nominated and elected president of this country. For some of it's very personal, because many of us have fought for a lot of things, and we've watched Hillary fight for women and for human rights and for kids for years. And it actually is very personal. Hillary has a lifelong record of supporting women and families, whether it's working for affordable child care, or the work she's done in the South, the work she did in China, which was talking about human rights and women's rights. She has a fantastic record. And as president, I am sure she's going to continue to make sure that we get that pay gap gone. Yeah. Yes. She's going to work to make sure we protect and expand Social Security. She's going to work to protect and expand the Affordable Care Act so even more people can be covered by it. So we have somebody who's going to fight for us. She's going to fight to increase the minimum wage. She's going to do a lot of things that we as Democrats have been hoping for a long time. She can only do it if we get her elected. And I think that coordinating campaign being here in Lebanon County is an important symbol, because that means they are working everywhere. They have come, they have people here, we are getting the vote out, they are doing a lot of the hard field work, and he'll be talking about that a little later. But we're working together, and we need all of you. We need you, and we need your friends. There'll be more about that later. I think, back to Hillary, she's the most qualified candidate we have ever had. And she'll be ready on day one to take care of our national security and so many other things. In the 101st, we have Lorraine Scudder.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Scudder, and I am the Democratic candidate for the Pennsylvania General Assembly 101st District, which includes Palmyra, City of Lebanon, Cornwall, South Anvil, and a few other little places that I don't remember at the top of my head. But I just want to say that at the Summer Olympics down in Rio right now, we're going to bring home the gold in November.
Yeah. Second, Jake Long. Walk up here. Jake Long has been working for us as candidate for another 4 years. Now we're working for him. This is his second shot at this seat, and this is going to be the winner. Jake?
Thank you. I just came back from going door to door. I've been doing that for the last 2 months, and I can tell you this. When you talk to Republicans and you talk to the issues that resonate with them, such as the minimum wage, and you explain that minimum wage hasn't been raised in 10 years, and those who are making as little as $2.83 on tipped wage jobs, they haven't gotten a raise incredibly since 1998. That resonates with them. When you talk about a horrendous situation with property taxes, and seniors losing their homes, and homeowners getting squeezed, that resonates. And when you talk about economic development, I should say lack of economic development, we're not creating jobs in this state, that resonates. When you talk about a whole broad base of things, it's not about Republican, Democrat, and all too often we, as a minority party in this county, we kind of give up because the numbers aren't there. I can tell you, I'm very optimistic. We're working hard. I would welcome anybody here that's willing to help. We can win this. Let's go and win this and give them help.
The 104th House District touches Lebanon. It's got 2 precincts. We've got a candidate who's actually here a lot, even though it's only 2 precincts, and that's Jody Rabarczyk. She is an experienced public servant already. She has served in many roles, including as a Susquehanna Township Commissioner. That's correct. The big township. Okay. Jody, you want to say hello?
Yes, hello, good evening. We ready to elect some Democrats? You mentioned I'd like to thank the folks in Lebanon for the support they've already given me here. Now, my election, folks, is going to be an easy race to understand. The voters are going to be faced with the choice between a partisan politician or a full-time public servant. This is the epitome of what my campaign is about. This picture of my family is about family and service. I currently serve as a township commissioner, and I've been honored to serve my friends and neighbors for 6 years, and working to get elected to represent all of Lebanon County, along with Lorraine and Jake. As a team, we can do this together. So thanks for being here this evening, and it's a pleasure to meet you all.
In the 15th, we have Rick Doherty, and the 6th, Mike Parrish. Rick, you want to talk first? Sure. Rick is in the 15th Congressional
Nice to be back. Lois mentioned about the importance of what Hillary can do if she gets elected, but we know that's not the truth.
Not quite.
We know that when we get the top of the ticket, whether it's Governor Wolf or President Clinton, it doesn't work. You need Congress and you need the legislature. You need a vote. We need to pull Congress back to the Democrats. Then we'll get stuff done and it won't be gridlock. And what Jake said is correct too, because I'm in a Republican district, that's why I'm down here. But I love being down here. But our issues cross over to the other side. The Republicans are fed up with basically a corporate takeover of their party, where the very wealthy and big corporations make out, and the rest of us, it doesn't matter what our affiliation, lose out. Right, Jake? And they're on our side, and as Democrats, we can't be afraid to champion that. We're going to get in, we're going to get the top of the ticket, we're going to get the rest of us in, and we're going to finally bring America back to us. It's people and not corporations. Thank you.
Now, Mike Parrish has some interesting news for you if he's willing to share it. But Mike is running in this 6th district, which is, again, another multi-county thing. You've got a job ahead.
So we're very gerrymandered in the 6th district. I live in Chester County in Malvern, so we comprise about 50% Chester County, about 20% Montgomery County, about 20% Berks, and about 10% here in Lebanon. So while we're the smallest portion, we all have a very strong voice to have here in Lebanon. The way I look at it as a former Republican is I realize the Republican Party has become the party of no. That's all they do. They just stonewall and roadblock everything, exactly what Rick said. They get nothing done in Congress. You know, that's how sequestration was formed in Congress. And I look at us as the party of yes, we can get things done, at least bring solutions. As my father taught us, either put up or shut up, which means you bring a solution instead of complaining about things. So I'm just retired as a full colonel in the Army Reserves, West Point graduate, Stanford Wharton, so to me education is critical. But the last thought I'll leave with you, as we say in Chester, got 2 thoughts, is one we say, this is important, the coordinated campaign, the combined campaign is to win from the White House to the State House, which includes, the state level candidates that we heard from Josh Shapiro in a minute, Katie McGinty, and then us in Congress and all the legislature candidates that we have here, which are all winnable, very winnable, especially in this day and age. I'm running against Ryan Costello, who is a Trump supporter, so that's just want to make sure people know that. So the way I look at it is, as a veteran, we have several of those veterans in here. We were sworn to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I'll be damned if I let a man control our future and our destiny.
We have now finally, as Democrats, taken back the language of being a patriot. The USA chants, the flags, the support of the veterans, the support of the people in the national security branch of the government. We are now the party that has the future in its hands. And we just have to step up to that. Now, Joellen Litz is our county commissioner, the only Democrat in the county commissioner's office, and she'd like to extend a welcome to you as well.
When I went to the National Convention, there was one theme that Hillary sent me back with. Can anybody guess what it is? Pass out these signs, if you will, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and you all know the response. I want you to share them. Now, we can do the most good because we're stronger together. Love trumps hate because we're stronger together. Oh, come on, this is the convention. I want to hear you. All right. Hillary's fighting for us and the entire Democratic ticket because we're stronger together. Well, we might miss some of them, but that's okay. We also know that Hillary now has a running mate, and that is Clinton Kane. Guess what they are? Stronger together. And Hillary is at the top of the ticket, and she has made history in the United States of America. Yes, we can because we are stronger together. Together we are stronger together. Thank you.
Now, perfect timing is everything. And on the state level, we have the opportunity to have Josh Shapiro here. He is our candidate for Attorney General.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Look at that. You know, they said that Lebanon County wasn't exactly Hillary country, and I think you're proving them wrong tonight, right? I wanted and making sure that at the end of the day, we are far smarter on crime than we are today. What's the #1 killer in Pennsylvania today? The #1 killer is heroin and opioids. It's taking more lives in Lebanon County and across Pennsylvania than anything else. It used to be that the #1 killer was car accidents. Today it's heroin and opioids. And friends, we have been unbelievably stupid in how we have fought that battle. You know why? Because in Pennsylvania we have not distinguished between the drug dealers and those who are addicted to drugs. And friends, if you are addicted to drugs, you have a disease. You're not committing a crime, and we've got to adjust our laws and adjust the enforcement of those laws to affect that and to respect it. You know, I look for those who are addicted and lock up those who are dealing drugs to our kids and throughout our community. We've got to be far more serious about that. And at the same time, we work to be smart on crime and protect the interests of Pennsylvanians. We have got to restore integrity to the Office of Attorney General. You heard in the opening, I worked incredibly hard in the state legislature when I was there for 7 years to fight to advance a reform agenda, to fight to advance an integrity agenda. I have led that way in Montgomery County to move our county forward, centered around integrity, centered around doing the right thing. I have said time and time again that we've got to make sure that those who are emailing porn in that office, those who are emailing racist, misogynistic, homophobic emails back and forth, that those people are not the culture that's allowed to take shape in Pennsylvania. And then what it also does is it undermines people's confidence. Think about it. If you're a woman and you're going to appear in a matter that involves a judge who was on that email chain, or a deputy attorney general who was involved, or you're a person of color, and you know that those people were swapping jokes about you, how are you ever going to get a fair shot in our justice system? How are you ever going to have confidence that the law is being applied fairly to you? Well, friends, I will apply the law without fear and without favor. I found it interesting that last night at a Fraternal Order of Police event, I'm proud to be endorsed by the largest Fraternal Order of Police in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, but I was noticing last night that my opponent was being walked around by one of the disgraced former Supreme Court justices who had to resign because he had swapped hundreds of these pornographic emails. That's who he chose to align himself with. I choose to align myself with the people of Pennsylvania in standing up for fairness and standing up for integrity. And I wouldn't be involved so deeply in this effort if I didn't believe that this was a winnable county, and if I didn't believe that this county was so unbelievably important for our future. Jake knows that. He's trying to get to the State House. We got Congress people who know that. I know Joellen is here who knows that at the county level. This is one of those elections that has the opportunity not just to propel candidates like me forward, but really, really change the dynamics here in this area and here in this region. So I want you tonight to commit yourself to doing this hard work. I want you tonight to walk out of here unified around our shared values. We've got great organizers here who will give you the data you need to be able to go out and do the work that's important. And I thank you so much for all I know that you will do for the future of our county, our Commonwealth, and our country. Thank you all very much.
So there's a lot of stuff that we can do to get involved and really win this in November. Hillary Clinton has set a goal of registering 3 million people to vote by this election. And a lot of that work is taking place here in Lebanon City. We have a born and raised hometown hero.
I was born in New York, but
raised in Lebanon City.
Yes, I am from
Hazel
Lebanon.
Diaz has served in the Marines, and she is our organizer for the city, Cleona, North Lebanon, and West Lebanon.
Yes.
And Hazel, do you want to talk about some of our
Sure. Okay, so now that you heard why you should vote for the candidates, now it's time to support them, okay? Because if you vote for a candidate, you're giving them 1 vote, which they need. If you tell your friends, you may give them 10 votes. If you give them time, you can give them thousands of votes. If you phone bank for 3 hours, 1 day a week, you reach about 100, make about 100 phone calls. If you do that every week until the election, you can reach over 1,000 people just yourself. So you and your sister, your best friend, and your husband can reach 4,000 people. You can get Josh elected here in Lebanon. You can get Mike sent up to DC where he needs to be. Okay, your 1 vote, you can multiply that far beyond your 1 vote if you give them your time. We're not asking for a lot of time. 1 day a week, every other week, you can reach 1,000 people before the election very easily. It talks about Lebanon and how red it is. We have the power to turn it blue. It's not about the amount of people.
Right now. So, we're going to take a group, and you guys can go and do voter registration. You can go do that right now. If you're wearing these shoes, you can stay here with me and make some phone calls. Once there aren't so many people in here, it cools down. The AC is on.
Yes.
Stay, enjoy the food, make some phone calls, impact your community. This is your election. So for those of you that want to go and do voter registration, follow Hazel outside. For those of you who want to stay and make phone calls, I will teach you how to do that. It is not that hard and it's not that scary.
And just to provide some context, Carla also is an amazing organizer of events from the West Coast, originally from Oregon, by way of San Diego, and she is here to make sure that the entire county outside of Lebanon City is showing how democratic we can be.
There are Democrats all over the county, and I'm here to help you.